talking about the sequel of the diabetes level sweetness for anime, this one is also another diabetes level, which I will say, without me, this anime wouldn't even premiere for the whole world to watch. Let me explain. Wait, I haven't even said the name of this anime yet. Yes, people, I'm talking about I Want to End This Love Game, or Aishiteru Game wo Owara Setai. And this is the first anime that I've read the manga first. And I have been in the community or the fandom almost 2 years ago, which was around July 2024, when I was still planning my 10-year anniversary videos. Therefore, I am extremely pleased and excited to talk about this anime today. And I am also honored to have carried the production. I'll tell you more about it later. So, what is this new rom-com slice of life talking about? If you have watched the first episode, you can roughly guess an anime that kinda resembles and kinda reminds you the most. Which one? You can't tell? Don't worry, I will tell you. It's Kaguya-sama Love is War. Why? Because it's just straight up a psychological warfare. Like, same as Kaguya and Shirogane, right? Our main characters, Sakura Miku and Yukiya Asagi, are both terrified of losing their power in the relationship. And the game they play, the I Love You game, that's basically their version of the student council room. And many people just said this is the childhood friend version of Love is War. I mean, Kaguya and Shirogane are not childhood friends, right? But here's the thing, while Kaguya had a whole student council and a narrator to distract them, the leads here, they only have each other. And they have known each other since young, and they started playing this game in 6th grade. And it has been ongoing from middle school all the way until now. We are in the first year of high school already. That's why they are childhood friends, or Osana Najimi. And not surprised, our male MC Yukiya is just straight up like what my friend had told me, allergic to girls. Which I was laughing like crazy because he truly is. And he didn't even talk to any of the girls in middle school at all. Except for Miku, of course. Then for Miku, right? Her name is Sakura Miku. Not to be confused with the Sakura version of Hatsune Miku. Actually likes him. Her double ponytail hair really makes her entire appearance very cute. Because so far, I haven't seen one that has the double ponytail hair girl yet in an anime. Oh wait, I think there is. The last time I saw a twin tail girl is Erika Amano from a couple of Kakus. Which, yeah, the design is good, but the season 2 they ruined it lah. And I didn't watch season 2, so let's move on. And those who have not watched Kaguya-sama Love is War, here's how the game works. It's simple, but also it's kind of like a nightmare. Basically, they have to say I love you to each other, and they can't blush when the other person said it. Because if one blushes, they lose the game, and that's it. That's about it. And inside the game, they will over-explain to each other that, oh, it doesn't count, or oh, that's because blah blah blah, and never admit that they lost. Like, what the fuck? So every time, the game ends with a draw. I mean, it's funny at first, but as a manga reader like me, right, at the back of the chapters, I'm sorry I have to tell you this right now, but it's not even funny anymore. You can laugh all you want, and I apologize to be the party pooper right now of this show. But just now I said that I'm extremely pleased and excited to talk about this anime, right? And also honored? That's until one scene only, which I cannot say which one is it. But to the rest of the manga readers, you should know which one. Hopefully this season will animate until that scenes and then ends. Because that's at least we know season 1 is peak. Same thing like the previous part, I will also only talk about episode 3 here. And to play neutral, I will talk like how I always am, which is anime only. I know it will sound fake, but please bear with me. We get to see how Miku and Yukiya grow up together, playing the game and also literally video games, Splatoon to be specific, And the first day of their high school, Yukiya prepares himself to surprise Miku, but Miku reaches his house first. Not saying I'm surprised, since I already know what's going to happen. He kabedons her, both gets flustered, and then his sister reminds them they are going to be late if they continue to be lovey-dovey. Well, they of course, must be in the same class lah. If not, this whole show wouldn't exist, right? Like, literally. As usual, Yukiya, being the socially awkward guy, can't talk to girls, panic when Miku friends try to talk to him. Then suddenly, they are talking about Frieren. What? Anyway, it kinda hurts Miku a little bit when she overheard her friends about to call Yukiya, and not Asagi-kun, which is right now only exclusive to Miku. Of course, I mean not just right now, it's forever. Forever is the correct word. Then it's his turn to feel the same way when other guys is in their class talk to Miku. And that makes Yukiya to stop going to the cafeteria and decide to make a lunchbox for himself. They exchange lunchboxes and Miku actually like it since it obvious lah. I'm not going to explain it. Guys, you know when they're playing Splatoon, right? It kind of reminds me of this anime called Loving Yamada at level 999, which I have talked about before in the previous episodes. Then for episode 3, right? Oh god, why are we going back to flashbacks again? I thought it wouldn't even happen in this episode of Anime Rap. But hey, in this episode, I think it's so far the best episode of all. It was back during their middle school graduation, as usual, Miku being the popular one, receiving flowers, wishes and stuff, while Yukiya gets nothing. But then still, because of plot armor, is it considered as armor? I don't know. Miku was still able to find Yukiya in the end and managed to walk back home together as their last day of a middle schooler. Then I was like, wait, hold up. I don't remember this in the manga. Then I have to go back and read the manga again, and sure enough, my instinct is correct. But the behind is correct though, where we see how Yukiya talks to Hinako-chan, which is the staff who works at Miku's uncle cafe, about how would a girl be happy, and she said money. Basically a gold digger lah, honestly. Like buying luxurious items like cosmetics, bags and necklaces will satisfy a girl. By doing so, Yukiya just did the unexpected to bring Miku to all the exotic places like bring her to wear wedding dress, eating at the final restaurant, and lastly, bring her to the theme park, which I would say the last one isn't exotic, but other people may beg to differ. And all of this, right, were actions from the manga he read, but he didn't want to tell Miku about it. I swear, right, him trying so hard not to lose the I Love You game is actually diabolical in this episode. And let me tell you, denial is not a river in Egypt. I repeat, denial is not a river in Egypt. Then at night, he tried to play it cool again, but then he collapsed. And Miku brought him to somewhere quiet with shelter, and he became conscious again. Then suddenly, Yukiya was about to go somewhere, and when his bag dropped, Miku found out that actually what he had done today were no wonder so unnatural, as he has planned it accordingly like how it was in the manga. And the last part, right, the kiss, which with Miku being flustered if Yukiya is going to kiss her or not. And that's the end of episode 3. And now you guys will ask me, since I'm a manga reader, right, did they kiss? Please go and read the manga yourself. I won't spoil it for you guys. Let's talk about animation a bit. So apparently, it was animated by Felix Flum, the same company which has done Aharen-san, You Are Miss Servant, and MF Ghost. Comparing it with the manga, I can say that they actually trace it very well, which I was quite impressed. But there's one thing that's a bit weird. Yes, so there's some CGI, even in static frames, which I don't really know why you need CGI in static frames. And it just looks unnatural to see. The CGI kinda reminds me of Girls Band Cry, and the girl I like forgot her glasses. But the CGI is not made by Felix Film, but is made by some company from China. Yeah, they commissioned it to the mainland to do it. But subsequent episodes, like episode 2 and 3, is slightly better, I would say. So I'll let it slide. I still remember looking back at the forums in my anime list when this series is going to be adapted into anime. I see people complaining it not to be from Project Number 9, which I was laughing at first, but it's not that bad, right? Project Number 9 has improved their animation quality. The previous part, the Angel Next Door Season 2, I mentioned about how it has improved compared to Season 1. People also suggest Cloverworks because of how good Fragrant Flower animation is, and also A1 Pictures, which is also a good candidate as they are the ones who created Kaguya-sama and Your Lie in April. Then for the music, the opening. Damn! Wow! When I first heard the opening, right, I can immediately tell the vibe. Yes, people, it is Chico with Honeyworks. Holy shit, Chico with Honeyworks. You mean the group that makes the Ao Harurai opening? You gotcha. This time, Chico returned back with Honeyworks to make a new song called Kimi no Sei de Aishiteru. And Chico said she had returned and continued activities with Honeyworks since last year of August 2025. I still remember talking about who will be performing the opening songs back around January, and I blatantly said Tatsuya Kitani and Yorushika, which is absolutely wrong right now, since we know who they are now. But back then, looking at the past rom-com size of life, they have high chance of returning. Then for the ending, right, I would say it's meh only, so-so. But I like the back where there is a group of people singing in unison. It gives me goosebumps. For an ending song, yeah, I know, right? By the way, the ending is called Little World by Pompadours, which I admit I have never heard the group before. Okay, to the part where you guys are waiting for. So earlier I said that without me, this anime wouldn't be premiered for the whole world to watch, right? And I also said I am a manga reader, right? I think it doesn't take a genius to decipher it. As you can see, I directly bought the manga from Amazon Japan themselves, from volume 1 all the way to volume 4. And here, this screenshot says that I bought them on July 10, 2024. And I joined the I Love You game Discord server the next day, July 11, 2024. Actually, I get to encounter this manga is because I saw one scene where it hasn't adapted to the anime yet. Then I start reading it on MangaDex. Unfortunately, MangaDex downhill seriously needs to be studied. And goddamn, you know it's so hard to gatekeep so many things that I'm not able to say. I feel like I have to make another this kind of video where I can say whatever I want. But still, it's also pain in the ass, as there's no point doing it because the manga is also not recent, as it was started in December 2021. To me right now, I felt like I am a tech tuber where there is an upcoming product launch. There's an embargo implemented on it where they can't say some specific things. And for me, it's not a tech product, it's just an anime. To give more context, I remember the author Yuki Domoto was at one point his health was not so good, and the manga had to go on hiatus until further notice. If I remember correctly, it was even before I got to know this series, about March 2024. Then fast forward to late 2024 to early 2025, he has partially recovered and the series is no longer on hiatus. But still, instead of having a new chapter every 2 weeks, now he will only update a new chapter every month. But hey, I'm glad to hear that he's back to active now, even though not as active as before. I'm not saying that I bought the manga because I want to sympathize with him. What I want to say is, I bought the manga because I truly love the story he wrote and I wanted to support him. Overall, the animation, the songs, the story seems to be alright. If you take my perspective as an anime watcher, I would definitely give a 10 out of 10. But because of how wholesome and how funny it is, but in reality, I'm not. So unfortunately, I have to drop down to 9 out of 10. But wait! Because this is the first manga I've properly read and properly bought, so there is a bias. Therefore, my overall rating remains 10 out of 10. That being said, this part 2 out of 2 is not the end yet, because in a few more weeks, I'm going to make a short edit of Sakura Miku, so make sure you are subscribed and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss it. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video and hearing me ranting and yapping about this anime, the other one being Angel Next Door. I'm really appreciative that you stick with me until the end. My name is Zion, and I will see you around. Peace.